Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I am going to upload another very interesting and informative video tutorial related to simulation of perovskite solar cell on SCAP 1D simulator. In my today's lecture, I will I will discuss the effect of absorber layer thickness on fill factor of my perovskite device, and I will try to answer some questions that are being taken by some Indian and Bangladeshi students, and they were willing to know the reason what will be the effect of absorber thickness on fill factor. Either fill factor will increase or decrease. So in my today's lecture, I will try to justify my answers via some simulation results, via some mathematical and computation results. So first of all, I need to share my screen with all of you so that I can start my today's lecture. Okay, dear friends, there are some tentative questions that need to be answered, and a lot of students need their answer, but they are not getting some satisfied results and satisfaction about the effect of absorber layer thickness on fill factor of perovskite. So today, my main point of focus will be the effect of variation of absorber thickness layer on fill factor of perovskite solar device. So there are a lot of ways in which question can be determined and their answer will be remain same. First question will be, what is the effect of the absorber layer thickness on fill factor of perovskite? Second can be a question from a student, from a respective friend, that either fill factor will increase or decrease due to increment in thickness of absorber layer. That is the second question. And third is extremely most important question. Can a fill factor will be equal to or greater than 1? So there are three main questions that a student need to know, and their answer and their explanation need to be know. Because we have seen that people know about the simulation, people know how to change the variation of the thickness and how the results are varying, but people don't know about the physics and the concept behind it. So today I will try my level best to explain these tentative three questions with detail, with some explanation, so that a student can easily understand and he can easily analyze the effect of the thickness of absorber layer on fill factor. First of all, we need to know about that how mathematically the fill factor can be computed. Before the start of the computation, we need to know about what is the fill factor and how we can compute for some particular solar device and perovskite device. So it can be seen that fill factor is basically ratio of what power conversion, maximum power conversion, and the ratio of what open voltage source with short circuit current. Whereas if we know the value of maximum power conversion and VOC and short circuit current value, we can easily determine the value of the fill factor. It means what? The value of the fill factor is mathematically depend upon power conversion efficiency and the product result of open voltage and short circuit current value. So today I'm going to once again display my basic perovskite structure, and then I will vary my thickness values. And in the last of the lecture, I will explain what is the reason behind increment or decrement of fill factor with the variation of thickness of absorber layer. So I'm going to now show you the simulation screen so that we can start now simulation part. I have just already explained that fill factor is dependent upon power conversion efficiency and the ratio of product of VOC and short circuit current value. If we know three values, we can easily determine the fill factor value. So now I'm going to share my screen so that I can start my variation of thickness of absorber layer, and I can conclude the effect, what effect of the thickness of the absorber layer is basically providing us on fill factor value. So over here, basically my perovskite absorber layer, I'm going to set my thickness of the absorber layer on 300 nanometer. My first computation is being started from 300 nanometer, and we need to mark this. I'm going to vary this value from 300 to 400, 500, 600, and 800. And then I will check what kind of effect it has on fill factor of my perovskite device. Okay, now I'm going to click once again accept, and now I'm going to start my simulation on absorber thickness of 300 nanometer. Okay, I need to click on calculate single shot. We need to wait while simulation is being carried out. Okay, simulation has been computed. Now we can check the results, because today's analysis is only for based on fill factor. You can see that the fill factor that has been achieved on the thickness of the absorber layer with 300 nanometer is about 66.24%. And now I'm going to change my absorber layer little bit higher. Okay, now I'm going to set my thickness value of absorber layer 500, and then I can check what kind of effect it has. Okay, calculate single shot. We need to wait while my simulation is being carried out. Note that I have varied my thickness from 300 nanometer to 500 nanometer for particular my absorber layer. Now I'm going to check the results. Okay, okay, now you can see that my fill factor has been reduced from 66.24 to 63.93. It means that what kind of trend I am trying to observe over here, with the increment of thickness of absorber layer, my fill factor is being decreased. Now I'm going to set another value for simulation so that we can clearly check that what kind of effect of variation of higher thickness of the absorber layer can put on fill factor. And then in the last, I will explain what is the reason why with the variation of thickness of absorber layer, my fill factor was decreasing, and what was the reason behind decrement of fill factor for particular perovskite for today's simulation work. Now I am going to set another value little bit higher for absorber layer thickness. Now I am going to set my thickness value little bit higher upon 700. Okay, 700 nanometer. Okay, 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 calculate single shot. We need to wait while simulation is being carried out. Okay, okay, now you can see that when I have varied my thickness from 500 nanometer to 700 nanometer, the fill factor value has been decreased from 62.83%, and it's this variation is basically continued with the variation of the thickness of the absorber layer. And if I try to change a little bit higher thickness of the absorber layer, what kind of trend I can clearly check that the trend will be the fill factor will be decreased. Now I'm going towards the reason behind it, and I'm going to explain my results, and then I'm going to explain why fill factor can never be greater than 1 and equal to unity. So now once again I'm going towards my result that has been computed for this simulation, so that I can conclude my today's result, and I can explain the reason behind for all the analysis and what are the effects why I'm getting fill factor lower with the variation of thickness of the absorber layer. So I'm going to share once again my screen so that I can show you the results that has been computed. Okay, so first of all, I have just already explained that the reason and the mathematical equation that we can how we can conclude the fill factor. Fill factor is basically dependent upon power conversion efficiency and VOC and short circuit current value. I have just picked one value from the table when the thickness of absorber layer was 300 nanometer. My maximum power conversion efficiency was what 17.18, and my VOC value was what 1.50, and my short circuit current value was what 24.69. And when I have put it my value in this mathematical formula, what I have received 17.18 divided by 25.92. And it is clear that from this result, this numerator value is lower as compared to my this value. So results can never be greater than 1, equal to 1. So the question and the answer about the fill factor, either fill factor can be equal to 1 or greater than 1. The reason, the answer is behind is that no, the fill factor can never be equal to unity. The fill factor can never be greater than unity. It will always lie less than 1, because whenever we are going to do some mathematical computation, we will see that our numerator has smallest value and denominator has the largest value, and according to math rule, it will always return less than one value. So that's why the fill factor was about 0.6628, and when I multiplied it with 10 100% with 100, it provided me 66.28% fill factor. And these are some results that has been computed for with my simulation work, for today's simulation work and today's simulation video tutorial with 300 nanometer. I have already shown you some simulatical results, and the variation of 300 to 400, 500, 600 and 800 thickness of the absorber layer has clearly shown that as long as the thickness of the absorber layer was increasing, my fill factor was decreasing. And the same results can be easily seen that from graphical representation over here. You can see that with the increment of thickness of absorber layer, what was the trend of the fill factor? The fill factor was tend to decreasing. So I have just explained that what are the main factor on which fill factor depend upon. I just told you that mathematically depend upon power conversion efficiency and ratio of the product of VOC and short circuit current value. And on simulation, I just expressed that with the variation of increment of thickness of the absorber layer, fill factor tend to decreases. And the third question that was about can a fill factor will be equal to unity, I have explained it can never be equal to unity. Now coming towards the reason. What is the reason? What kind of relation fill factor and thickness of the absorber layer has? A lot of people don't know about this reason. I will explain the reason, and I have already mathematically and simulatically proved that with the increment of the thickness of the absorber layer, fill factor tend to decreases. This is the reason. And now I'm going to explain the reason. What is the reason behind this analysis? We have seen that there is a inverse relationship between thickness of the absorber layer and the fill factor. It means what? If we try to increase the thickness of absorber layer of perovskite, the fill factor will tend to decrease. So it means that there is an inverse relationship with thickness of the absorber layer to fill factor of perovskite. If thickness will be higher, fill factor will tend to decrease. And if thickness will be lower, fill factor will be higher. So it is clear that from simulation and mathematical computation that there is an inverse relationship between thickness of the absorber layer and the fill factor. Now, I'm going to explain the reason. What actually happens? What is the physics behind it? People don't know about that. People need to know about reason so that they can work smoothly and they can perform some research. And what is the reason when we tend to increase the thickness? Why fill factor tend to decreases? The reason behind is that when we increase the thickness of absorber layer like 300 to 400 and 500 600 700 and 800 nanometer, what actually happened? What is the reason why fill factor tend to decrease? The reason behind is that as long as we tend to increase the thickness of the absorber layer, what happens? uh, we have seen that the series resistance tend to increases with the increment of thickness of the absorber layer, and resistance has clear impact on fill factor. So I can clearly see conclude that if I will increase the thickness of absorber layer due to increment of series resistance and internal power dissipation, my fill factor will be degraded. So there are the two reasons why with the variation of the thickness of the absorber layer, fill factor tend to decrease, because as long as we tend to increase the thickness of the absorber layer, the series resistance of my perovskite structure tend to increases. And what is the reason behind, second reason behind, with the increment of the thickness of the absorber layer, why fill factor tend to decreases? Second reason, that internal power dissipation and internal resistance of my perovskite structure tend to increases due to increment of thickness of the absorber layer. And both the reason, higher value of resistance and higher value of power dissipations, are responsible of getting poor fill factor with the increment of thickness of the absorber layer. So today I tried to explain some tentative question that were asked from some student during last few days, and I hope my today's explanation will be extremely satisfactory. Before the end of my today's lecture, I will try to conclude my final remarks for today's video session and video tutorial. Today, I tried to check the effect of thickness of the absorber layer on fill factor via simulation, via mathematical computation, and via graphical representation. I have proved that with the variation of the thickness of the absorber layer, the fill factor tend to decreases. And in the end of lecture, I explained the reason. When we tend to increase the thickness, what happens? The series resistance tend to increase, the power dissipation tend to increase, and series resistance and shunt resistance, both categories have clear impact over fill factor. If series resistance and shunt resistance will increase, if power dissipation will increase, what will be the effect on fill factor? Fill factor will tend to decrease. Now, the last thing that is very important, we need to know about that. When we talk about the fill factor, if we assume that we have series resistance and shunt resistance extremely negligible, like if I'm going to say that I'm going to simulate any structure, although any structure, when I try to simulate any structure, definitely there is some values of series and shunt resistance. But if I try to assume that my structure has zero, extremely negligible shunt resistance and series resistance, in that case as well, still we will not get fill factor value equal to unity or greater than unity. So I try to answer all the questions. What is the effect of thickness on fill factor? Why fill factor tend to decreases? Why fill factor can never be unity? Why fill factor can never be greater than unity? And what are the impacts of increasing the thickness of the absorber layer on fill factor? I hope this session will be very helpful, particularly for those students who don't know about the effect of the thickness variation with respect to fill factor. And in the last, I would like to request all of you, if you people are new on my channel, try to subscribe my channel so that you can get all my latest videos on the time. Thank you very much for listening me and supporting me. Take care, stay blessed.